we've had a lot of questions about the VIX, and you've already talked about it, but this is kind of an interesting question. Abraham in Mexico City. How uncommon is VIX and the equities going up in tandem? Is this a prelude to a mini crash to enter officially quad 3, or how do you think about it?
Yeah, we've already addressed this multiple times. Both in the question from Florida, I sufficiently answered that question. Again, it's infrequent. Let's just put it there, and it's happening at a particular bubble, the biggest bubble in market cap history terms in U.S. stock market history. So again, you don't know how this one's going to end because there's never been anything like this before. But the dynamics are very much bubbly to crashy. To crash, you have to have a bubble, right? Like when people talk about bubbles, they generally mischaracterize it. First of all, if you know it's a bubble, don't short it because that's stupid. Because if it's a bubble remains a bubble till it isn't a bubble. Now, what is it about a bubble that made it a bubble all along? It pops, right? So there are things that are systematically popping and dropping, like Smartsheet, which has been a great short for us on the software side, is going to drop today. There have been many stocks that have dropped and not so kindly on people in recent days and weeks and months. So again, it's already happening, again, underneath the surface, but it's not happening to the surface area of the headline price. And that's why you're seeing the big chase in options. You got this guy's friend trading Tesla. Like, why is he buying Tesla? Because everybody thinks they know something about Tesla. Well, why don't they buy FVAC? Yeah. It's been a lot better than Tesla in the last 2 weeks. Week at least. I have to check that. But again, and certainly in the last 2 days. So again, there's a lot going on that's never happened before. And when that starts to happen, and we're at the top, even if it wasn't happening, all the different things that we help you pay attention to, I would be a seller at the top end of the range. That's my discipline. So I'm good anyway, even if I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah, it was interesting. Somebody tweeted this yesterday, but Tesla has sold more stocks in dollar value, sold more stock in dollar value than they sold cars in dollar value, or something like that.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
Well, selling ideas is what, particularly the millennial generation, is really infatuated with. Like every single millennial that I get a resume from or see, like look up on LinkedIn, they're trying to LinkedIn with me. They're the CEO or founder of something.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to know what the aggregate profitability of that something is, because everybody's got to be something, right? They can't actually just be a worker bee at a company or a third liner at a hockey team. You got to be the captain, you got to be this, you got to be everything. Everybody's everything. So it's all about these big ideas, right? Everybody's got big ideas. Everything's wonderful and bubbly. So Ami Joseph today went through actually this on the Snowflake IPO. You couldn't have a better name at a better time for an IPO.
That's so true.
It's perfect for them. It's perfect. And the main word that he said in that analysis, and if you don't subscribe to the call, you're missing on an entire education. Yeah, while you are getting consistently dumber watching CNBC. Like Bill in particular, you sit there all day, he said this, he said that. Why are you doing this to yourself at that age, Bill? You still have some time on the clock. Like listen to something else. But anyway, Ami said that the number one thing that people, when they talk about in the software world or in Silicon Valley about Snowflake in particular, when they're trying to describe what the company does, is magic. It's fucking magic. Like, forget unicorns. Like, my 3 daughters, or actually one's too old to believe it now, but the 6 and the 4-year-olds still think that those are real things, right? Magic? Like, everybody knows magic's not a real thing. So we've gone from, like, that's where we're going on the next bubble multiple, and it's really like, we're gonna look back on this period as like, I'm very proud, obviously, of Hedgeye Nation, because they didn't screw it up like I think a lot of people did in the prior stock market bubbles that we've seen. Where I got fired, don't forget, on the last one.
I got fired in the first one.
Yeah, you got fired in the first one because you were a tech analyst working for a guy who wasn't so bright buying every damn dip when they weren't dips. Yeah. And that is very symptomatic of March 2000, by the way, the volatility signal that we're seeing against all-time highs. So that's happened before. I got fired in the last one for going bearish in the summer of 2007. I was 3 months early. This time, my net wealth's made all-time highs almost every frigging day. I mean, that's awesome. That means I learned something, right? But the way you learn is by losing. You don't learn by sitting there with Davey Day Trader winning every day. Yep. Like, that's not going to continue. And what day, we don't know. But we in the meantime, I don't really care. Like, I don't feel like I have to be your guy to make the call. Oh, that day he called it. It's not about making the call. It's about making moves with your portfolio. It's about making moves within your portfolio. There's always a place to go. Today it's in oil in particular. So again, thank God for that buying opportunity.